Hello everyone, welcome back to Physics online classes for class 11 students. Let us continue chapter 2 units and measurement. Today we are going to solve some examples on third application of dimensional analysis, and that is conversion of one system of unit into another, part 2. In part 1, that means in the previous class we already solved some examples related to third application of dimensional analysis. Let us solve some more examples to understand the third application, that is conversion of one system of unit into another. In the previous class we already solved two examples and also explained the procedure to convert one system of unit into another system. And one problem I had given as a homework. I hope you all solved that example. Now I am going to solve the fourth example, that is convert MKS unit of density into CCS unit of density. So here the physical quantity is density. Density is a physical quantity. We have to convert from MKS unit to CCS unit on the basis of dimensional analysis. So totally there are 5 steps to convert MKS to CCS. So what is the first step? The first step is we have to write the unit of density in both MKS as well as CCS. So first I am going to write MKS unit of density. What is the MKS unit of density? Density is what? Mass per unit volume. So its unit will be kg per meter cube. What is the MKS unit of density? Kg per meter cube. Similarly, we have to write CCS unit of density. CCS unit of density, here we have to express mass in terms of gram and length in terms of centimeter. So now the CCS unit of density is gram, that is G, per centimeter cube. Gram per centimeter cube is CCS unit and kg per meter cube is MKS unit of density, and this is the first step. Now, the second step, we have to write its dimensional formula. So first we have to write dimensional formula for density. We already solved how to write the dimensional formula for each physical quantity. You can remember the dimensional formula for density. Yes, what is the equation? So the formula is m raised to 1, L raised to minus 3, T raised to 0. This is the dimensional formula for density. So now easily we got the value of A, B, C. A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 3 and C equal to 0. This is step 2. Now the third step is what is the third step? We have to make 2 columns. The first column is all about MKS and the second column is about CCS. Let us make 2 columns. So here I have to write the value of mass, length, time and numerical value. Let us take it as M1, L1, T1 and N1 for MKS. Similarly in CCS we can write mass as M2, length as L2, time as T2 and its numerical value as N2. Now we have to write the values. In MKS system, mass is measured in terms of kg, but in CCS, we have to measure in terms of gram. Length is measured in terms of meter and here it is measured in terms of centimeter. Time is the same in both the systems, that is 1 second, and numerical value in MKS, let us take it as 1. But we have to calculate the value of N2, that is in CCS system. This is step 3. Now, what is the fourth step? In fourth step, we have to use the equation. What is that equation? The equation is N2 is equal to N1 into bracket M1 over M2 raised to A into L1 over L2 raised to B into T1 over T2 raised to C. This equation we have to use and substitute all the values. N2 we don't know. We have to calculate. Keep as it is. N1 is 1. What are the values of M1, M2, N1, L2, T1, T2 and with their respective values of A, B, C we have to substitute. Yes, M1, M2 values are M1 is 1 kg, M2 is 1 gram raised to A equal to how much? According to dimensional formula A is 1. Similarly, length is 1 meter in MKS and 1 centimeter in CGS and its B value is minus 3 into T1 by T2. T1 is 1 second, T2 is also 1 second raised to C value is 0. Now we substituted the values of M1, L1, T1, M2, L2, T2, A, B, C and N1 value. Now this equation can be written as 1 keep as it is 1 kg divided by 1 gram. So here I can write 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram divided by 1000 gram raised to 1 into 1 meter can be written as 100 centimeter divided by 1 centimeter raised to minus 3 into 1 second divided by 1 second means 1 raised to 0. Now this equation can be written as N2 equal to 1 into 1000 divided by 1 will be 1000, 1000 raised to 1 will be again 1000 into 100 divided by 1 will be 100 raised to minus 3 into 1 raised to 0. 1 raised to 0 will be again 1. Now we can write N2 equal to 1000 can be written as 10 raised to 3 into here 100 can be written as 10 raised to 2 whole raised to minus 3 or N2 equal to 10 raised to 3 into 10 raised to 3 2s are 6. So this will be minus 6. So therefore N2 equal to we can get bases are same, powers are added. So we will get 3 minus 6 will be minus 3. What is the value of N2? N2 equal to 10 raised to minus 3. This is fourth step. Then last step is we have to write the fifth step. N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Now substitute the values. N1 is 1 and U1 its unit in MKS is what? Kg per meter cube is equal to N2 we got 10 raised to minus 3 gram per centimeter cube. So this is the conversion of MKS to CGS for the physical quantity density. 1 kg per meter cube is equal to how many gram per centimeter cube? 10 raised to minus 3 gram per cm cube. So this is all about conversion of density from MKS system to CGS system. Right? Now we can solve one more problem. Convert 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square into dyne centimeter square per gram square or convert the value of gravitational constant in MKS unit into CGS unit on the basis of dimensional analysis. The question will be like this. Either they can ask to convert MKS unit of gravitational constant into CGS unit or convert 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square into dyne centimeter square per gram square. Either they can ask their numerical values or directly they will ask the gravitational constant. Right. Similar steps we have to follow here. So solution. The first step is we have to write the MKS and CGS unit of gravitational constant. It is already given in the problem. MKS unit of gravitational constant is MKS unit of gravitational constant is, what is its unit? Here it is given Newton meter square per kg square. This is what? MKS unit. And its CGS unit of gravitational constant is, instead of Newton we have to write dyne, instead of meter we have to write centimeter square, instead of kg we have to write gram square. Dyne centimeter square per gram square. This is the Celsius unit of gravitational constant. This is the first step. Then what is the second step? We have to write its dimensional formula. We already derived dimensional formula for gravitational constant that you can remember here. Dimensional formula for gravitational constant is, dimensional formula for gravitational constant is, what is its dimensional formula? That is m raised to minus 1, L raised to 3, T raised to minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula, and the value of A, B, C will be A equal to minus 1, B equal to 3 and C equal to minus 2. Now we got the value of A, B and C. Then now we can write the third step. What is the third step? We have to make two columns for MKS as well as for CGS. Let us make two columns and write the value of mass M1, length L1, time T1 and its numerical value N1. We have to write these value, and in CGS let us take it as M2, L2, T2 and N2. Right, now write the values of M1. This is 1 kg. In CGS it will be 1 gram. L1 is 1 meter for MKS and it is 1 centimeter for CGS. Time is the same in both the systems, that is 1 second. N1 is equal to, here instead of 1, because N1 value gravitational constant is how much? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. Remember, instead of 1 we have to write its constant value because it is having a fixed value. Gravitational constant is dimensional constant. That means it is having dimensional formula as well as a fixed numerical value that we have to write. Now we have to calculate N2. Right? Now what is the fourth step? So in the fourth step we have to use this equation. N2 equal to N1 into M1 by M2 raised to A, L1 over L2 raised to B and T1 over T2 raised to C. Now substitute the values. N2 equal to, what is the value of N1? That is gravitational constant is how much? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into, now substitute the values of M, L and T. 1 kg over 1 gram raised to, what is the value of A? A equal to minus 1. Similarly, L1 by L2, 1 meter divided by 1 centimeter raised to, B value is 3 into T1 by T2, 1 second over 1 second raised to, C equal to minus 2. Now calculate the value of N2. N2 is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. Keep as it is. 1 kg can be written as 1000 divided by 1. 1000 gram divided by 1 gram raised to minus 1 into 1 meter can be written as 100 centimeter divided by 1 centimeter raised to 3 and 1 second over 1 second will be 1 raised to minus 2, or it can be written as N2 equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, keep as it is, into 1000 raised to minus 1. So it can be written as 1000 means 10 raised to how much? 3. 10 raised to 3 whole raised to minus 1 into 100 centimeter raised to 3. That is 10 raised to 2 whole raised to 3 into 1 raised to minus 2 will be again 1. Or we can write N2 equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to 3 into minus 1 will be minus 3 into 10 raised to 3 2s are 6 into 1. Now we can write N2 equal to 6.67, keep as it is, into 10 raised to minus 11. You can observe bases are same, power must be added. Minus 11 minus 3 plus 6. Now tell me what is the final value? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 minus 3 will be how much? Minus 14. Minus 14 plus 6 is how much? N2 equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 14 plus 6 will be minus 8. So this is the value of N2. N2 equal to how much? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 8. Now we can write the last step, fifth step, that is N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Substitute the values. N1 is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square is equal to N2 value. We got 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 8. What is the unit? Dyne centimeter square per gram square. So this is the final answer. We converted from MKS to CGS. 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 Dyne centimeter square per gram square. So these are some examples to convert from one system to another system. Remember all the 5 steps, then it is easy to solve the numerical problem. It carries 5 marks in your board examination, and this is very important concept. So this completes all the 3 applications of dimensional analysis. What is the first application? To check the correctness of the equation, and the second one, to derive relation between different physical quantities, and the third application is conversion of one system into another system. We solved all the examples related to 3 applications of dimensional analysis. So this part is very important in this chapter. You will get one numerical problem from these 3 applications in your board examination. Yes. Now we can move towards last part of this chapter, that is limitations of dimensional analysis. Till now we studied the applications, that is advantages. Now we have to know what are the limitations, or what are the drawbacks, or what are the disadvantages of dimensional analysis. Now you can observe one by one disadvantage here. The first disadvantage is, if the physical quantity depends more than 3 fundamental quantities, then the method of dimensional analysis cannot be used. How many fundamental units are there? 7. In this dimensional analysis, we are using only 3 quantities. You can remember mass, length and time. Only we are using 3 fundamental quantities. If it contains more than these 3 fundamental quantities, then this method of dimensional analysis is not useful. We cannot determine the values by using dimensional analysis. Suppose if the physical quantity depends more than 3 fundamental quantities, this is one drawback. If it contains only 3 fundamental quantities or less than 3, then easily we can calculate. If it contains more than 3 fundamental quantities, then it is not possible to use dimensional analysis. Then second drawback, the value of proportionality constant cannot be determined by the method of dimensional analysis. So in the second application, we derived a relation between different physical quantity. So there you can remember directly we wrote the value of K is equal to 1 experimentally. We got K equal to 1 directly. We wrote the value of K. But we don't have any solution. How we got the value of K? There is no solution for that. So this is one drawback. What is the drawback? The value of K, that is proportionality constant, cannot be determined by the method of dimensional analysis. It has to be determined experimentally. So we have to determine the value of K only with the help of experiment. Experimentally we can determine, but dimensional analysis cannot determine the value of K. Then third drawback, The method of dimensional analysis does not give any information about dimensional constant. So you observed the three applications. In these three applications, you can observe these three applications does not give any information about dimensional constant. What are dimensional constant? Dimensional constant are the physical quantities which are having dimensional formula as well as a fixed quantity. For example, so we solved last example, that is about gravitational constant. You already wrote the value of G, that is given 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. How we got that value? It is not determined by dimensional constant. This is also one drawback for dimensional analysis. Then fourth drawback, the method of dimensional analysis cannot be used for deriving the relations where addition or subtractions are involved. Suppose in that relation, if it is having arithmetic operations like addition or subtraction, then this dimensional analysis is not possible to derive the relations. Then fifth drawback, formula containing trigonometric, logarithmic and exponential functions cannot be derived on the basis of dimensional analysis. If the formula contains any trigonometric functions like sine, cos, tan, or logarithms or anti-logarithms or any exponential functions, then this dimensional analysis cannot be derived that equation. Then sixth drawback, the method of dimensional analysis does not give any information about the nature of derived physical quantity, whether it is a scalar or vector. Just we derived physical quantity, yes, right. But that physical quantity, whether it is a scalar quantity, whether it is a vector quantity, so this is not given by dimensional analysis. Now the question arises, what is this scalar and vector? About scalar and vector in detail, you are going to study in the chapter motion in a plane. But in brief, I will explain. Scalar is a quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction. For example, time. Time is a scalar quantity. What is the time now? I can explain now. This is 10:30 a.m. So this is having only number. Whether it is having any direction? Is there any particular direction for time? No. So that's why it is a scalar quantity. Then vector. Vector is having both magnitude as well as direction. For example, I can take velocity. Velocity is equal to 10 meter per second. Towards, I can write the direction towards north. Suppose the car is moving towards the northward direction. It is having velocity 10 meter per second. So this velocity is having both magnitude and direction. Is it clear? So these terms were not explained by dimensional analysis. This is also one drawback. About scalars and vectors in detail you are going to study later. Then the last drawback is a dimensionally correct equation may or may not be correct. Dimensionally correct equation that may be correct or that may not be correct. That may be correct or that may not be correct. So these are some drawbacks or disadvantages or limitations of dimensional analysis. See here, now we completed the chapter Units and Measurement. It is a 4-hour chapter and this is very important chapter for your both first year as well as the second year, because in this chapter you studied all the basic terms related to physics and the physics terms. Is it clear? So this completes the chapter and I hope you all understood the complete chapter. If you have any doubts regarding the units and measurement, then again go through the old videos or the previous videos. Thank you.